Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching my video. Today I'm going to talk about how literacy challenges affect students across all subjects, not just in English language arts, and explore strategies to integrate literacy support into math, science, and social studies. This is especially important for students with exceptionalities who often need intentional scaffolding to build proficiency in reading, writing, and speaking and listening. First, I want to start by talking about some important definitions. Differentiation is the way we tailor instruction to meet the needs of all learners in the classroom. Teachers might differentiate by adjusting the content, the process, or the product to match the students' readiness levels, interests, and learning profiles. Remediation means reteaching skills that students missed the first time. For example, reviewing phonics patterns or reteaching comprehension strategies before students can engage with new text. Intervention is more intensive and targeted. It often takes place in small groups or one-on-one settings and is guided by progress monitoring and formalized frameworks like RTI, Response to Intervention, or MTSS, Multi-Tiered System of Support. Think of differentiation as a broad classroom approach, remediation as focused reteaching, and intervention as intensive, specialized support. Now I want to talk about how we as educators can integrate literacy into content instruction. Research shows that embedding reading and writing into science and social studies not only improves literacy skills, but also deepens the content learning. For math, a powerful strategy is math journaling. Students can explain their problem-solving process in writing or responding to prompts like, "Why is the solution valid?" This encourages them to use precise mathematical language and strengthen reasoning skills. For science, shared reading informational text paired with hands-on inquiry is effective. For example, students can read a short article on ecosystems, then write a prediction or explanation before conducting an experiment. This practice supports both science vocabulary and reading comprehension. For social studies, reciprocal teaching is especially useful. Students can take on roles such as the summarizer or the questioner while reading primary sources or historical accounts. This strategy improves comprehension and critical thinking while also reinforcing collaboration skills. Each of these strategies is flexible and can be individualized for students with exceptionalities, providing multiple entry points into the content. Next, I want to talk about how remediation strategies can be applied across subjects. In math, sentence frames can support students in explaining their thinking. For example, using a sentence frame such as, "First, I blank because blank," scaffolds both literacy and math reasoning for students who struggle with language. In science, graphic organizers like observe, infer, conclude charts help students organize their ideas while practicing comprehension and scientific reasoning. This aligns with evidence that graphic organizers improve content learning and reading skills simultaneously. In social studies, technology-based supports like digital annotation tools allow students to highlight and comment on primary documents. This makes complex text more accessible. These tools help break down challenging reading while still engaging students in authentic historical inquiry. By embedding these supports, we ensure that remediation happens seamlessly within the content area rather than as an isolated activity. Next, I would like to talk about assessments because they are the key. Reading and writing assessments can be built naturally into content learning. In math, quick writes where students justify their solutions provide teachers with insight into both content mastery and writing skills. In science, lab reports are a natural way to assess literacy, as students must describe procedures, interpret results, and use discipline-specific vocabulary. In social studies, written analysis of primary sources allows students to demonstrate comprehension and argumentative writing. Research supports that writing about text significantly improves both comprehension and content retention. These assessments double as remediation opportunities as well, since they reveal gaps in both content understanding and literacy skills. Finally, Teachers can use central concepts and tools of inquiry in each discipline to build meaningful progression. For example, in math, students move from explaining single step problems to analyzing multi step solutions. In science, they progress from identifying vocabulary in text to synthesizing information across experiments. In social studies, they move from summarizing events to writing argumentative essays based on multiple sources. By aligning literacy tasks with disciplinary ways of thinking, teachers create authentic, rigorous learning experiences that support students with exceptionalities while promoting growth for all other learners in the class. To wrap it all up, it is important to remember literacy challenges impact every subject, but by integrating structured supports, teachers can make math, science, and social studies more accessible and more meaningful. Differentiation ensures all students are engaged, remediation reteaches critical skills, and intervention provides targeted support. Embedding literacy across disciplines doesn't just improve reading and writing, it empowers students to succeed as mathematicians, scientists, and historians. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope these strategies inspire you to weave literacy into all areas of your teaching practices. Bye!